welcome to For What It's Worth. For What It's Worth podcast, man. It's a little different. To be honest, I don't even know how I came up with the name. But I want to introduce myself. My name is Eric Garcia. 31 years old, father of 2 little girls. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. Big up to all my people from Forritos. Sabes, compa. Yeah, I'm from Texas. Latino, Mexican, first generation. Mom and dad came here in 1990. My daddy came here in 1984. He went to California. He went to Fresno for a little bit. He was working out there in the tomato plants, in the tomato fields. It was, I can only imagine, being just a young man, just trying to make it in life, A lot of people right now, there's a big crisis going on right now, and actually I think it's in El Paso, they're about to cancel a bill that I saw on TikTok. I don't get into too much politics or really ever even watch my phone a lot, but I saw that there was a big crisis with immigration coming in. And it's sad, because a lot of those people are just they're trying to make a better life for themselves. And that's what my dad tried to do. He went to California. He didn't like it though. So he went back to Mexico City, worked at a plant, like a warehouse type job in Mexico City. And he was helping out. He's the oldest boy, 12 brothers and sisters. He only has 2 older sisters. He's the oldest. So he has 11 and the oldest male. So he had a lot of responsibility. He would go to Mexico City and work, send money back for his little brothers could have something to eat. Come from a rancho, man. A lot of people, I come from my family comes from a rancho. I always feel like I'm proud to come from there. I would go there every year as a little kid. Like, you could only imagine what a rancho is. I mean, a lot of people don't even know what a rancho is, but it's just, imagine just like a real small town where pretty much everybody knows everybody, He's from one of those, like, my grandparents did not have a shower until I think I was like 7. So I would take a shower in a little tub, heat up the water, use the restroom in a hole. Just had a little shed, Just be careful. Hopefully you don't fall. If you fall, I had a cousin that fell down there. We never saw him again. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Pablo. I'm bullshitting, but you gotta be careful, man. It's crazy out there in that rancho. But we had that, man. It was crazy. But I loved it, man. I love going to the rancho. It was the dustiest roads when you pull in. Because it's just all dust, So, man, I would pull up there with my goggles. I was ready. That dust was not going to get in my eyes. When I played soccer, I already knew everybody was going to be blind. I was going to come in from the United States, had my gadgets, had my goggles. I was ahead of the game. I almost went pro in the rancho because of that. But it was cool, man. I love the rancho. Good times, man. When I retire, I'm gonna move to Mexico. I love my country. And if anybody's ever been to Mexico, I mean, there's not really anything bad you can say. Media always wants to make Mexico look bad, and there's a lot of crime, and it's sad because it's so corrupt. Probably the most beautiful country in the world, and at the same time, it's the most corrupt. Have so much potential, and they just don't use it. Kind of like I see myself. Like a lot of my life, I never like to brag or anything, but I feel like I was blessed with a lot of talents, but the sin and all that can stop you from your full potential. You got to stay on the right track. In Mexico, man, it's almost like the same thing. Like have so much potential in it. We have the most beautiful people. It's just, man, you can't describe Mexico. We have every climate in Mexico. You could go be in the snow in Mexico, and the next day take a plane ride and go to the beach, go to the jungle if you feel like it, go to the desert. You could literally do anything you want. Mexico is a beautiful country, beautiful culture. And I think that's what we lack a little bit in the U.S., you know. We need a little bit. We just don't have enough, you know. I love my country. But it's different, you know. And I mean, everybody that's an immigrant and always gonna have their culture, they know what I'm talking about. And Americans, we have our own culture, but it's just different. And I guess it's different for me, you know. But yeah, my dad, man, he came here. After like '86, he got his papers, you know, they gave him, there was a president, I think it was Reagan, I'm not sure. Don't quote me. But he was giving away papers. My dad, he said, hey, I'm going back. Going back for the second try, get that little college try, you feel me? You know? And you gotta try sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work the first time. You think this is my first time shooting this episode? I've probably shot this 20 times. And it's probably still not gonna be up to what I want it to be. But you gotta try to get to where you want. There's a lot of boss people out there that they didn't get where they were at, just by getting there. It takes time, it takes practice. And I've been good at things, and I've failed a lot of things. But there's always one thing that I don't know, can't explain to you guys, but I hope you know, stay along, show the ride, man. Let's see what happens. But that's what my dad did. And a lot of people, your parents did too. You know, your parents probably took a chance. So my dad took that chance. Landed in Fort Worth because he knew some people here. You know. And he went back, met my mom. And my dad crazy, man. He was a lot like me too. He went down there and he said, there's a fiesta, you know, the ranchos know what's up, they have fiestas every year. So I guess he was down there. He saw my mom walking down and he said, what's going on? Yeah, I already know what time it is. And so he had to do what he had to do, and I don't blame him. My mom really beautiful, so he had to do what he had to do. And that's how I'm here, you know. And I think he was only with her for like 3 months and said, hey, gotta put a ring on it. Hey, man, that boy crazy. Hey, that boy crazy, but man, I guess that's probably get it from y'all know later on. Can't let y'all know everything just yet. But He's a little wild. 3 months, said, hey, I want to be with you forever. Said, get married. My mom was down. My dad's 10 years older than my mom. My dad was 30 at the time. My mom's 20. My dad a player. Learn and take. There you go. I'm just bullshitting. But you're a player. That's what I call a real player right there. And so he got married, literally 9 months I was born. Right after they got married, man, they wasn't playing no games. My dad said, hey, got married, gotta bring one of them. Gotta bring my bloodline out here. That's me. My brother, my sister, hey, we here. That's thanks to him, so gotta give a lot of shout out to my pops, because I wouldn't be here without him. And it might be crazy, but everybody's a little crazy sometimes. But sometimes we're not crazy enough to chase our dreams. You can be crazy, but sometimes we're not crazy enough. And some people are, man. And I'm just trying to be one of them. Feel me? Yeah, it is For What It's Worth. It's the podcast. That's what it's called. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to do everything I can do for what it's worth. And then hopefully this podcast, at the end of the day, I put everything into it, and I'm just trying to build just something cool where everybody can, somewhere we can rely on everybody, This country's already, sometimes they try to say we're divided and all, but I know everywhere I go, I get all love from everybody. And so I know there's all love out there. Sometimes the country, they want to say that we're divided and this and that, and yes, it does happen. But there's also a lot of good too. So let's try to stick to that. I'm just doing me, man. That's all I can do. That's what everybody's doing. And the day we go to sleep with our own thoughts. Always trying to get to the next goal. Always trying to get to the next, and it's never fully satisfied. Because you finish one, you always want to get the next. But at the end of the day, we all humans. We all got, maybe, hopefully you got kids or you don't. I do. So I want to see a better world for my little girls. If it's a better world for my little girls, and when I go away, I feel like I'm okay. And that's what every parent feels. So if we all, like we always do, we're united more than we think. Just show more love and more peace to everybody. And just leave the world a better place. And it's for what it's worth, man. We're just getting started. Eric Garcia, man. Told you, Fort Worth, Fortitos, Texas. We in the building. This the first episode. We got a lot more, man. A lot more. Hopefully you guys can subscribe, like, share. If you know me, you probably think I'm crazy, But I've always if you really know me, you know that I've loved to do this. Like, I've always wanted, I love sports, I love everything, I love culture, I love everything. So this is just I feel like this is something, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to do what I feel like what my heart leads me to. And that's what a lot of people should do. Whatever your heart leads, just go for it. Don't ever be afraid. You always just be stuck in the same place. So we got a lot more work to do. I hope you guys have a good day, have a good week. Love you for what it's worth. We out.
That was legitness.